I am afraid that if we adopted that attitude, then there would hardly be any association for us with any country, because we have disapproved of something or other that country does, full stop. Sometimes it so happens that the difference is so great that either you cut off relations with that country or there is a conflict, full stop. Some years ago, the United Nations General Assembly decided to recommend to its member states to withdraw diplomatic representatives from Spain, because Spain was supposed to be a fascist country, full stop. I am not going into the merits of the question, full stop. Some think that question comes up in that way, full stop. The question has come up again and they have reserved that decision and left it to each member states to do as it likes, full stop. Paragraph change. Take any great country or a small country and see what this means, You do not agree with everything that the Soviet Union does, therefore, why should you have representation there, or why should you have a treaty of alliance in regard to commercial or trade matters with it, question mark. You may not agree with some policies of the United States of America, therefore, you cannot have a treaty with them, full stop. That is not the way nations carry on their foreign policy or any policy, full stop. This first thing to realize, I think, is that there are different ways of thinking, different ways of living and different approaches of life in different parts of the world, full stop. Most of our troubles arise from one country imposing its will and its way of living on other countries, full stop. It is true that no country can live in isolation, because the world as constituted today is progressively becoming an organic whole, full stop. If one country living in isolation does something which is dangerous to the other countries, the other countries have to intervene, full stop. To give a rather obvious example, if one country allowed itself to become the breeding ground of all kinds of dangerous diseases, the world would have to come in and clear it up, because it could not afford to allow disease to spread all over the world, full stop. The only safe principle to follow is that, subject to certain limitations, each country should be allowed to live its own life in its own way, full stop. There are at present several ideologies in the world and major conflicts flow from these ideologies, which we will consider later, full stop, close.